So it's something I wasn't really thinking about discussing here on the podcast because we're so close to probably having this all revealed in glorious HG images tomorrow when New York Toy Fair opens the doors Saturday morning for everyone, and we're going to see all the craziness. But I figured, you know what? I'm going to have a nice Friday night, get a nice tall glass of orange juice, sit down on the couch, and we'll discuss these leaks of some more Generations War for Cybertron EarthRise toys. Like, we're not going to get enough tomorrow. So what do we got here? Well, courtesy of Walmart's website, we have some offline listings of stuff that, because it's in out of stock and the NDA now has been dropped because of tomorrow with Toy Fair, these figures are now showing up in stock. But because they're out of stock, you can't click on the listing and get the high-res images. Specifically also not just the high-res images, but the alternative, meaning we could see the alt mode. So what do we have to deal with here? We have a small images of just robot modes of 4 characters from the Transformers War for Cybertron Deluxe or Voyager price point for EarthRise. So let's start with Doubledealer. I believe he's the Voyager or leader. I'm not too sure on that one. But I will say this. That is a small head on that design. Maybe it's because I'm so used to the original Doubledealer or Double Clouder in the Master Force continuity. Maybe I'm just so used to him having that huge head sculpt on his body. But at the same time, it's like, that is a really tiny head. And maybe, I'm assuming maybe it has a lot to do more with having the double spy kind of gimmick, that he could be like, you know, one alt mode or the other, and by it being larger and having that small head, that probably has something to do with it. That huge chest too, is it removable? Is there some kind of gimmick involved with it? I'm basing this all off of how the original toy was back in the day, and then kind of, you know, piecing together how that could be done with a modern toy with the budget that we have today. But there's not much I could really say about it right now, basing it off of this tiny image. He does have a huge cannon, small head, huge cannon, giggity. Next we have a deluxe Allicon. And this is a great one just because, unlike a lot of the other stuff we've been discussing this whole weekend, this is a character that's never gotten a toy. There's been very limited scant of third-party versions of it, but there's never been an official release of the Allicon. I mean, it's one of those characters that's like, yeah, hey, you know, Sharkticon's got their shake of fiction and toy appearances multiple times. You know, even individual Sharkticons, like Nah specifically, got their toys, but we never really got an Allicon. We never really got that design, that look, and I'm really curious how it's going to look in robot mode, because, you know, it's also something that's had very limited kind of fictional appearances. You know, most famous obviously being, you know, give him an Energon goodie from the 86 movie, and then the transforming and seeing that alt mode for the first time. So I'm really curious how they're going to go about it, but it looks great. I mean, if we're just basing it off of the robot mode here, very accurate to how it looked in the 86 movie. Comes with a spear weapon, which is, you know, again, some extra play pattern and something extra for the character, and looks cool. Then we got Deluxe Runamuck. We all know how this is going. He's going to have a roundabout also afterwards, but we got Runamuck. Hey, looks like Runamuck. We knew this was coming. We knew the simplicity of that design. And yeah, the battle charger is back. He's got his gun. He's got his practically limited paint scheme kind of look. And there's not much I could really say about Runamuck. I mean, he's had quite a bit of toys throughout the years, but none of them have ever really been too stellar. But then again, it's, you know, compared to his original, you know, G1 toy, I mean, everything's a masterpiece in comparison to his original Generation 1 toy. So if you're a really big fan of Runamuck, hey, you got your masterpiece equivalents at the moment in the deluxe scale, so it won't even cost you that much money. And the last one here is the most curious. It's the Generations EarthRise Quintesson. Now, I don't know the price point on this one because we can't see the price point name, but the way I look at it and the way that this is done, I swear this is trying to be like the modulators. That it's similar to the MicroMaster bases in that the image that we're looking at right now is like the transformed city mode of the modulator. And when those city mode flaps go down, we're going to see the Quintesson faces under it. And right now, I guess it's like this is Quintesson, a Quintesson, and it turns into Quintessa. I think that that's probably the gimmick here. And it has, it has that little cage there that you could put your MicroMasters in, so they could be, judged accordingly and be told they're innocent, and then sent to the Allicon toy that's going to be probably totally out of scale. But regardless of the fact, I think that that's what's going on here. This is Quintessa, and it transforms into a Quintesson. And I think that it kind of opens up the idea of the modulators, where you don't only just have to have MicroMaster bases based off of previous MicroMaster playsets, you could kind of also have characters that turn into planets that they came from, which then it begs to differ. Will we get a Modulator Unicron? Will we get a Modulator Primus? Or alternatively, let's not think big, let's think small. Maybe a modulator that turns into Iacon, or a modulator that turns into Kaon. That kind of really opens up an interesting play pattern and city building and playset building kind of idea. So I really like what I see here, because it potentially could mean more than what we just see here. And that's, again, why I wanted to discuss this, even though we're probably going to get all these high-res images tomorrow, because there's still meat on the bone to discuss. And there's a lot of cool stuff we could talk about here. And, well, let me know what you think. Let me know which one you're most hyped up of the four. I think with me, that Quintesson now kind of has me very intrigued. And the Allicon also. But I'm also a 86 movie shill, so these two are always going to be stuff that I really love.